All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ha, Racha, Chodash, Ma'ama. Double honors to the elder apostles and their elders of GMS. Double honors to my elder of this camp as well, Aharawan Banya Shirala. Salutations to the sincere Akim pushing this truth and sincerity around the four corners of this earth. I'm Nakar Harab Banya Shirala, coming out of the Lions Den camp of Yasharala here in Jacksonville, Florida. And out there, I'll be coming out with a lesson title. This lesson is Change Your Heart. And what I mean by change your heart, meaning change your mind, change your way of thinking, and in doing that, it would be best and it would be good to change your way of thinking to be meat, to be used for Yahweh, why Yahweh Shai. So again, you must change your heart, you must change your mind, change it from the things of this world, change it from just the things of this world, because there's a lot of distractions out here in this world that could keep you distracted and get in the way of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, quite literally, if you allow it. But it's also for those, who may still be watching videos and still coming into the knowledge, the wisdom, and the understanding of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. You must know and understand that you have to change your heart, meaning change your mind. Without further ado, this is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6. I'm going to start at verse 11. It says, "Wherefore set your affection upon my words, desire them, and ye shall be instructed." So we're supposed to set our affections, we're supposed to set our mind, our heart upon the words of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. You desire them, you desire the wisdom, you desire the instruction and the guidance of Yahweh Yahweh Shai. And in desiring that, you will be instructed. The Most High will He will set your path. He will stay your feet so that you can stay on the right path and do what you're supposed to do. Like Proverbs chapter 16, verse 3. Commit your thoughts unto the Lord. Well, commit your works unto the Lord, and your thoughts shall be established. But that's what we're supposed to do. This is setting your affection upon the words of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. That's changing your mind. That's setting your mind on the Lord, the Heavenly Father. And taking your mind off the things of this world, because true enough, it's a lot of things that are distracting and can be distracting. So when you come to Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, or you already in Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, we must always remember, if you're in and been in this truth, we always got to make sure we change our mind, meaning make sure we change our mind from this world. And for people that are coming in that are knowing, change your mind so that you can be used for Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Change your heart, which means, the Hebrew word for heart is la'ab. It goes back to your mind. Change your mind, change your heart. Not this heart, but this heart. Because this is the heart where decisions happen. This is the heart where you make conscious decisions about various things. But let's continue. Verse 12. It says, "Wisdom is glorious and ever fadeth away. Yea, she is easily seen of them that love her, and found of such as seek her." See, wisdom is glorious and never fadeth away, meaning the knowledge and the wisdom and the understanding of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, it will never fade, meaning it's never ever going to go away. It's always going to always exist. And so, yea, she is easily seen of them that love her. Wisdom is easily seen of those who love wisdom, those who love instruction, those who change their mind and set their affection on Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. She is easily found of those men. And found of such that seek her. And if you seek this wisdom, you're also going to find the wisdom, and you're going to find the understanding. You're going to know what the Lord is talking about and what He means. But you have to change your heart in order to do so. Because a perfect example, you have a lot of these false camps and these leaders, they come in with that worldly mindset because they haven't changed their heart, they haven't changed their minds, so they try to bring the things of the world into the truth, and it does not mix. Light and dark doesn't mix. Oil and water doesn't mix. Good and bad they're all those things are in contrary to each other. They're not exactly the same. You cannot take and mix sugar and salt together and expect some magical, blend of but you understand. But let's continue. It says, verse 13, "She preventeth them that desire her, in making herself first known unto them. See, she prevented. That word to prevent or preventeth, when it has that ETH on the end, it's mean perpetual, meaning when you go to look for this wisdom, or when you start to wanting to search, wisdom will prevent you. It'll stop you. It's not as in seeking wisdom, but basically wisdom will make herself easy to find. As it says right here, it says she prevented them that desire her in making herself first known unto them. So once you start to want to know the wisdom and the understanding of Yahweh Shem Shai, once you start to change your heart and you start to seeking the wisdom, you start seeking Sophia, you start seeking, this woman, because that's how the Lord refers to wisdom, as a woman. When you start seeking her, before you could even, she'll stop you and she'll make herself, the wisdom will make itself available unto you. Saying we'll say take that and use that with an actual physical woman. If that woman know you looking for her, that woman know you like her, and she done seen, that she feeling you or whatever, guess what? She's going to make herself available. She's going to make herself seen so that you can approach her and acquire her. And the same thing happens with wisdom. Let's continue. Verse 14. Whoso seeketh her early shall have no great travail, for he shall find her sitting at his door. See, when you seek the wisdom early, when you seek the wisdom of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua early, you will have no great travail. You're going to find her sitting at your doors. You're going to find this wisdom readily available for you when you need it, And when you seek the wisdom of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua early, that's you setting your affection on Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, i.e. setting your mind, changing your heart towards Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. And this wisdom will always be available unto you. Every time you look up, every time you get ready, the Most High put it on your spirit. You be like, oh, that's what that means. And so forth and so forth. Even if he don't put it on your spirit, he'll put it on another brother to do a lesson, because you may have something that you've been thinking about, or you may have a question, and another brother do a lesson. He'll be like, oh, okay, I understand. So we're gonna always find wisdom sitting at our doors, meaning wisdom is gonna always be close to us as long as you change your heart. You gotta change your heart. You gotta set your mind to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Let's continue. Verse 15. It says, think therefore upon her. Well, to think, Salakia, to think therefore upon her is perfection of wisdom. See, when you think upon the wisdom, that's the perfection of it. You start to, we'll say, master. You start to learn. You'll start to grow. You start to become more versed in the knowledge and the wisdom and the understanding once you change your heart. But again, to think therefore upon her is perfection of wisdom. And whoso watcheth for her shall quickly be without care. So when you think upon the wisdom of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, that's the perfection of it. When you watch it for this wisdom, you will quickly be without care. You will have an understanding, and you will have a wisdom and the knowledge of things that are going on, and you will be without care, meaning that things won't bother you, because you already know what these things are, like the perilous times that we are living in and going to get worse. Again, knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of that time. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to get that. So like you bear with me real quick. This is Isaiah 33:6. It says, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord Yahweh is his treasure. See, wisdom and knowledge is going to be the stability of the times. And we go back to Sirach, back to verse 15. And it says, again, to think therefore upon her is perfection of wisdom, and whoso watcheth for her shall quickly be without care. We're going to be without care, meaning because why? Because this wisdom and this knowledge is going to be a stability unto us. And in the times we're living in right now, it is a stability unto us. And this is our stability in these times because we know hyperinflation and various things, economy crashing, the dollar collapsing. These things are going to come to pass. These things are going to happen. And what's going to keep the true men of the Lord stable is we already know this because we've been prophesying this and we already been speaking. And this is what's going to keep you. So when you watch for wisdom, when you watch for the wisdom of Yahweh Shema Shah, you're going to be without care. I mean, you're not going to be worried about what's going to happen and what's going on. Of course, you know, you're gonna like, I would say, be curious. You're gonna inquire about what's going on, and then you know, whatever happened, you know, you're gonna be able to sit down and pray to the Most High. You know what I'm saying, to lead you and guide you. But this wisdom is gonna guide us, but it cannot guide us if we don't change our heart. We don't change our mind and set our affection on Yahweh Yahweh Shai. This wisdom is not a benefit unto you because 2/3 of our people don't understand this. You know, we can tell them till we blue, orange, purple, pink, yellow in the face. They're not going to get it. So in the times to come, they're going to panic. Let's go to Sirach. Chapter 2, I'm going to just start at verse 1. It says, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. So when you come to serve the Lord, you must prepare your soul for temptation. Meaning you got to change your heart and set your mind and understand and know that the Lord is going to test you. The Lord is gonna make you stronger in this thing, you know. And you prepare your soul, you prepare your heart, your mind for temptation, because temptation means a testing. And the only way you can do that is if you change your heart. You change your mind towards Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Verse 2. It says, set thy heart aright and constantly endure and make not haste in the time of trouble. See, it says set your heart aright. When you set your heart on something, means you change your mind to a specific thing or a specific goal or direction. And you move in that direction. And then it says constantly endure. You know, he that endures to the end, the same shall be saved. Like according to Matthew. So you got to constantly endure. Meaning you got to be determined. You got to be driven. You know what I'm saying? And you don't make haste in the time of trouble. Meaning when something happens, you don't panic. Why? Because this wisdom is our stability, and this knowledge is our stability of our time. And the Most High is going to guide us. As long as we stay watching for the wisdom, we stay having our mind on Yahweh Shem Yahushua, we're going to be without care. I mean, we're not going to be worried about what's going on because we already know. And the only way you can know that, though, is if you change your heart. You have to change your heart. You cannot bring any old way of thinking or any old means of anything when you come to Yahweh Yahushua, because the Lord sees all. He knows all. Period. So you have to change your mind. You have to. You know. But let's continue. Make sure. Well, let's continue. I'm gonna just read right on down to verse 7. Verse 3. It says, cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. You cleave unto Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, and you don't depart away from him. You know what I'm saying? You don't go away from it, and that so you can be increased at your last end. When we're gonna be increased, we say when we get in the kingdom, heck, when we get taken up into the chariots, that's an increase. New bodies, all that is an increase, all the way down to wisdom, us knowing what we supposed to know according to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Verse 4. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. See, whatever is brought upon you, you take cheerfully. Whatever test that the Lord has given you or put on you, you take that cheerfully. Of course, you know it's uncomfortable, but you know, complaining about it and complaining about it, you know, complaining don't help a situation. But the Lord says, whatever is brought upon you, you take cheerfully, and then you be patient, you be long suffering. You know what I'm saying? When you are changed to a lower state, you keep your mind on Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. You change your mindset, because it's easy to be like, man, it's easy to start complaining. Yeah, we get tired of certain things happen, you get tired of it. Yeah, that's understandable. But never ever change your mind from Yahweh while Yahweh Shai. You always change your mind towards him and keep your mind towards him. And once you got a hold to him, you don't let him go. You don't let him go. You don't let this wisdom go. You don't let this knowledge go. Verse 5, he says, for gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. See, gold is tried in the fire. In order to purify gold, in order to refine gold, it must be tried in the fire. You have to melt it down, get all the impurities out. You know what I'm saying? Put it back in the fire, and let it get hot some more, so all more impurities can be taken out. You know what I'm saying? And it's just the furnace of adversity. I mean, the Lord, he tests you, you know. But in that, change your heart towards Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Never ever change your heart from him. Because changing your heart from Yahweh Yahweh Shai, you will not get your blessing. You will not be increased in your latter end. 2/3 of our people are going to quite literally get burned up. They're going to get judged, because when this truth comes out, they are offended in this truth. They don't change their mind from the things of this world. So that's how that goes. Let's continue. Verse 6. Believe in him and he will help thee. Order thy way aright and trust in him. See, if you believe in Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, he will help you. You order your way aright. You cause your mind and your heart to be trained and focused on Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, and then you trust in him, because the Most High ain't gonna let you down. Whoever believed in the Most High or trusted in the Most High and was confounded, whom did he ever turn away? Verse 7. Ye that fear the Lord Yahweh, wait for his mercy, and go not aside lest ye fall. See, when you fear the Most High, us that fear the Most High, that respect, that honor the Most High, the Lord Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, you wait for his mercy. Because his mercy is when he sends the word, and Yahweh Shai, our big brother, our Lord, come back and redeem the hopeful elect. And the 1/3 men with the hopeful elect, that includes the 144,000 and the 1/3 men, women, and children that believe. You know what I'm saying? When you fear the Lord, you wait for him. And don't go aside unless you fall, man. Don't turn your mind away from him. Meaning you change your mind towards him. Always keep Yahweh Yahweh Shai in your thoughts. You keep him in your thoughts somewhere. Don't put him in the back of your mind. Put him in the front. You know what I'm saying? Where all the activity be going on at. Don't put him back here nowhere. You put him in the back, you might forget. Keep the Most High on your mind. Period. Let's go to Romans chapter 12. This is Romans chapter 12, verse 2. It says, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is good, and that is what is good, that acceptable and perfect will of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. So you don't be conformed to this world, meaning you don't have your mind set on this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Change your heart, change your mind towards the Lord, so that you can prove what is good, what is righteous, and what is acceptable unto Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, and what is his will. So again, yeah, change your heart for the better, not for the worse. Change your heart towards Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Let's slide over to Romans 8, because those who don't change their mind to Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, this is what it says right here in Romans chapter 8. It says, for to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. Because the carnal mind is enmity against Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, for it is not subject to the law of the Lord Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, neither indeed can be. So when you're carnally minded, when you're worldly minded, when your mind is not, or your heart is not on Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, You know what I'm saying? That's death. That's spiritual death and eventually physical death. Our people are literally perishing for a lack of knowledge. They literally dying because they don't know stuff. You know what I'm saying? But to be spiritually minded, to change your heart towards Yahweh Shai Shai is to be spiritually minded. That is life and peace. Most High give you a peace. That's life. These words, this knowledge, the understanding of the laws, statutes, commandments is life. You know. But the carnal mind, verse 7, is enmity. That carnal mind is enmity. That carnal mind is a separation. You know what I'm saying? It drives apart. It drives you away from Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. You know what I'm saying? And it's not subject unto the law of the Lord, and neither indeed can it be. See, when your mind is not, when you don't change your heart from this world and change it towards Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, you got a lot of false camp leaders and these other guys that's following, because you know what I'm saying, if a ruler hearkens to lies, even his servants is wicked. So you got all these false camp leaders, you know, hearkening unto lies, changing the doctrine. Well, they have very carnal minds. They're not spiritual. They have carnal minds. So guess what? They're not subject to the law. They're not subject to the doctrine. They're not subject to the truth of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, because they never changed their heart. They never changed their heart. And you got to change this first before you could even step to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. You got to make a conscious decision, and you got to confess with your mouth. So you must change your heart. It's the only way you can succeed in this, succeed in doing the work of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. You know. But when you don't do that, you come up with all kind of manner of different doctrines and other things. But let's go to Colossians chapter 3, verse 2. It says, let me see, hold up. I'm going to start at verse 3. It says, nope, verse 2. Verse 1, I'm going to just read it all the way down. It says, for I would that ye knew what great conflict I have for you and for them at, what that is, Laodicea, and for as many as have not seen my face in the flesh. Of course, you know this is Brother Paul talking to the church of the Colossians. But let's continue. Verse 2, that their hearts might be comforted, being knit together in love, and unto all riches of the full assurance of understanding, to the acknowledgement of the mystery of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, and of the Father, and of Hamashiach. So this is a letter, of course, you know, and Paul was saying through the power and spirit of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai that the church of Colossians, you know what I'm saying, that their hearts, their mind be knitted together and turned to Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, you know what I'm saying, into the full assurance of understanding, to the acknowledgement of the mysteries of the scriptures, and knowing what the Lord's will is, you know what I'm saying, and turn unto the Father and the Son. So knit together, meaning he was saying, change your heart, you know. I wish that y'all would be on one accord. That's what he's saying. And the true men of the Lord are on one accord. The sincere brothers are all on the same page. But let's continue. Verse 3. It says, in whom are hid all the treasures of wisdom and knowledge. You know, it's a lot of treasures and wisdom and knowledge in the scriptures of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. You know, and it's way more mysteries and many things that probably, well, that has not or isn't written, but the Lord has seen fit for us to know the things that are written, recorded. But let's continue. I'm going to start at verse 3 again. In whom are hid all the treasures of wisdom and knowledge. Verse 4, and this I say, lest any man should beguile you with enticing words. For though I be absent in the spirit, yet I am with you, Shalakia. For though I be absent in the flesh, yet I am with you in the spirit, joying and beholding your order and the steadfastness of your faith in Hamashiach. So Paul was writing these letters. He was saying, hey, though I may not physically be there with you, I'm with you in spirit. You know what I'm saying? Joying and beholding your order, meaning Paul was taking delight that they was trying to do the right things according to Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua and being steadfast and telling them to be steadfast in the faith of Hamashiach. Verse 6, as ye have therefore received Hamashiach, Yahushua the Lord, so walk ye in him. So he was saying, so as we have received, as they have received Yahushua, you walk in him. You change your mind so that you can walk in them. You can't walk in them without your mind being changed, without your heart being changed. You have to change your heart towards Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua. But let's continue. Verse 7, rooted and built up in him, and established in the faith, as ye have been taught, abounding therein with thanksgiving. So we must be rooted and built up in him and established in the faith, because we have been taught this once before and we are now relearning it, and abounding, meaning growing, increasing in this truth of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. And then we give thanks. We thank the Lord for the wisdom that we have and understanding. All right, let's go to Ephesians chapter 4. This is Ephesians chapter 4. I'm gonna start at verse 17. It says, "This I say therefore, and testify in the Lord Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua, that ye henceforth walk not as other Gentiles walk, in the vanity of their mind." So again, Paul was saying to the church of Ephesus, he says, I testify in the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua that you henceforth walk not as other Gentiles. See, that Gentile word is a twofold word. Gentile it quite literally means the other heathen nations, and Gentile meaning the Israelites who are in a Gentile state of mind, thinking that they're of a specific nation, but they're not. But he was saying that you don't. What Peter was saying to the church of Ephesus, like, you don't walk as other Gentiles. You know what I'm saying? Who walk in the vanity of their thoughts, their mind. You don't walk don't have a carnal mind. Have your mind set. But let's continue. It says, having the understanding darkened, being alienated from the life of Yahweh through the ignorance that is in them because of the blindness of their hearts. So he was saying, don't walk as other Gentiles. And in this specific right here, he's talking about other Israelites, because a lot of our people were still, they was into idol worship and all that stuff way back then. So, and they was walking in the vanity of their mind. They had the mind of the world. They had the mind of wickedness, as 2/3 of our people still do. So, Paul was saying, don't have that mindset, because our people, a lot of our people, their understanding is darkened. They have been alienated, separated from the life of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua, through the ignorance that is in them, because our people are completely ignorant. They don't know. Because of the blindness of their heart, because the Lord has darkened their understanding. Because of the blindness of their heart, they don't have any understanding. Our people don't see what's going on. Why? Because they changed their mind from Yahweh Yahushua unto the world. And when you walk away from Yahweh Yahushua, you change your mind from him, he snuffed that candle out. He snuffed out the wisdom. He snuffed out the understanding and everything. You forget. Like, the Most High take it from you. Like, that's a very scary thing. But that's what's going on with our people right now. So basically, change your heart and don't walk as 2/3 of our people. You keep your mind on Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Verse 19, it says, who being past feeling have given themselves unto lasciviousness to work all uncleanness with greediness. So who being past feeling, our people have just walked away from Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. They have given themselves over to lasciviousness, just all manner of different things. You know what I'm saying? To work all uncleanness with greediness, because they changed their heart. And they changed their heart for the worse and not for the better. They changed their heart from Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. You know what I'm saying? And that happens once you change your heart from him. Yeah, it happens like that. You get caught up in all kind of tomfoolery. You start acting weird and all different kind of things. It is what it is. The Most High visibly, he takes it. He takes his will. He take everything from you, because you're like wisdom, according to Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1. As a matter of fact, and I'm gonna just grab it out of my pocket for real quick, because I don't want to lose the spot. Grab it out of here real quick. Yeah, just the reference is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 1 verse 4. For into a malicious soul wisdom shall not enter, nor dwell in the body that is subject unto sin. So the wisdom of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is not going to enter into a malicious person, and it's not going to dwell in the body that is subject unto sin, that is subject unto transgression. So again, verse 19 of Ephesians chapter 4, who being past feeling, having given themselves over unto lasciviousness, to work all uncleanness with greediness. So therefore, that point right there is why wisdom does not enter and stay in our people. Even this carnal knowledge they think they have, they don't even really have that. But let's continue. Verse 20. But ye have not so learned Hamashiach, if so be that ye have heard him and have been taught by him, as the truth is in Yahushai, that ye put off concerning the former conversation the old man which is corrupt according to the deceitful lusts. Verse 23, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind, and that ye put on that new man which is after Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, is created in righteousness and true holiness. So, just like we have been taught, we didn't learn wickedness from the Lord when he was here. He was not here to teach wickedness. That's not what he was here to teach. You know, because if we had to, he say, but if he has not so learned, but if you had been taught by Yahushua in the truth, because he did teach the truth, well, he taught us to change our heart, to change our mind to the Father, and change our mind from the things of this world, because the things of this world, it's a lot of wickedness. It's a lot of different pagan beliefs and doctrines and philosophies. The Lord came to say, "Hey, get rid of that. That is unbeneficial." And He came to say, "What? Put off the former conversations. Take off the old man. Get rid of it. Change your heart. You know, be renewed in the spirit. To renew means to. As a matter of fact, where's my phone at? I'm gonna grab this right here on the tablet. To renew, let's get it real quick. It says to renew, to resume an activity after an interruption. So he says to renew your mind, renew your spirit, meaning resume thinking and speaking and having your mind towards the Heavenly Father and righteousness. So to resume, because our people basically we'll say they chose an interruption, and they took their mind off Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, and they changed their heart from Him. You know. But let's continue. And it says, and you put on the new man. That new man is you changing your heart. You changing your mind. That's the new man. The new man is after the spirit. The new man is after righteousness of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. That's the new man. That's what we supposed to put on. That's how you change your heart, i.e. your mind. Because you can't physically change that muscle inside of your chest that's beating and pumping blood, because that's the only thing it's for. Thoughts and feelings don't come from there. Thoughts come from your mind, which is your heart. But let's continue. Last point. First Corinthians. Chapter 13, verse 11. It says, when I was a child, I spake as a child, I understood as a child, I thought as a child, but when I became a man, I put away childish things. So this is what Paul was saying. He said when he was a child, he spoke as a child. You know, children don't really know a lot of things right now. So if you're talking to them, you say something to them, you know, in their mind, whatever they say, it makes sense. It makes sense to them. Because why? Because they're children. They don't fully grasp. If you were talking to them, they wouldn't fully grasp or understand what you were saying. No matter, like, even if you do break it down, there's still some points that's going to go over their head, because they're still children. So they're going to think as a children. They're going to understand as a child because they're a child. You know what I'm saying? I thought as a child. I mean, they're going to have children. They're going to think like, because a child is going to think like a child. You know what I'm saying? But when he says, but when I became a man, I put away childish things. Meaning when he became a man, you know, when he turned his mind, his heart towards Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua, and he became a man, he put away childish things. But he put away the old way of thinking. He changed his heart. He put away the same old way of dealing with problems and different things like that. He broadened his mind and he opened up his mind. And he changed his heart. And that's what we got to do. You must change your heart in order to deal with Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua. You cannot have the same mindset. It don't work. It's like trying to fly a plane with no wings on it. You can have all the engines you want, but if you ain't got no wing to create lift and drag for that airplane to stay in the air, for the airplane is not gonna go nowhere. Or it's like trying to fly an airplane with no engines. It ain't gonna move. It's gonna stay right there. So again, you know, change your heart. That's how we deal with Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua. We change our mind from the world unto righteousness. And with that, Shalom.